What's going on, guys? Rank Up Gaming here. Welcome to the video. We are of course doing another gun guide, and this week we're doing the Hellriegel. Now I'm trying to get through all these guns as quick as I can, although I don't think that's a possibility, and I'm not sure I ever will, because Battlefield 1 really is dying and other games are becoming a lot more popular. Now if I do sound a little different, it's because I'm slightly sick, so I might not sound so clear and a bit nasally, but hopefully I'll get over it eventually and the videos will improve. So this week's gun, the Hellriegel. Now the Hellriegel Standschütze, I think it is, or Standschütze, is a Austro-Hungarian submachine gun essentially that was developed in 1915, and the full name of it is the Standschütze Hellriegel M1915. Now it was developed 1 year into the war, and like I said, was designed to be the first SMG. The way they came up with this idea was they took concepts from a pistol and they took ideas from a normal machine gun and they basically put them together. That's how the machine gun, or the Hellriegel, is a water-cooled submachine gun. Now it did also fire a pistol caliber, and it had either a 20-round box magazine, which looks very much like a Thompson magazine. We don't have one of those in Battlefield 1, which is kind of a shame because that would have been cool, but I can see why they didn't add it. And at the same time, then it had a 160-round drum. Now the drum worked differently to how other ones work. It's not belt fed, and it doesn't work by particularly using tension to push the bullets along. There's basically a lever that pushes all the bullets along and then into a chute which goes into the gun. Now made by the Austro-Hungarian Empire, it was, like I said, designed to be the first SMG, but it never saw service or production, mass production at least. Now the reason for this, I assume, is because of costs. Maybe it was too difficult to make and it just wasn't worth the time, or maybe it just had a massive fault. Maybe the water couldn't cool it enough and the jacket would be too small. You'd fire like 6 rounds and the gun would just become unfireable. Maybe you get through one magazine and the gun just doesn't work at all. It needs refilling maybe. Possibly it just didn't work. Maybe each one they made would only get through 2 magazines and then just jam up and need to be completely rebuilt. There really is no sort of solid evidence for why this thing never actually saw mass production and use in the war. Now I am kind of happily added this gun into Battlefield 1 because I think it adds a nice little void. I mean, there's not many SMGs, so if you didn't have SMGs, the assault class is basically useless, so you do kind of need to add in a few sort of prototype weapons that never really saw use but were definitely around. Now in game it has a rate of fire of 650 rounds per minute, and that's only behind the automatic for the fastest in the SMG class. Now that's pretty interesting, seeing there's nothing that's in between that range. Between 650 and 900, nothing else fits in there. And the Hellriegel then also has 60 rounds in one magazine for the factory variant and 120 rounds for the defensive variant. Now the damage is nothing special, it's that standard 23 to 17.4 to 13.5 damage gradient you see with basically all the SMGs. I don't think there's an exception to that rule at all. And honestly, like, as before with the other ones, you won't find a problem with that. As long as you can hit your shots, you usually get a kill in 5 rounds. I believe it's 6 rounds if you get 13.5. But really, stick to the close range with this gun, and you'll definitely be able to get enough kills. Now aside from that, there's no other stats that really give you an idea what this weapon is good at, and for the most part that doesn't really matter because you use this gun in game and you can just tell that it dominates. In game this gun is more accurate than the MP18, the recoil is softer, it's less random, you can definitely land all your shots in the same place. It has a faster rate of fire as well. Now for the Automatico it does have a slow rate of fire, but it has more ammunition by far over the Automatico and by the MP18 of course. Like I said, it's definitely more accurate than both, so you can use it in more range, and honestly I'd say this is the sort of definition of the perfectly overall gun. The second fastest rate of fire, the extremely good accuracy, a large magazine, and the standard damage model. In some way this gun does make the MP18 obscure. There's no reason to use the MP18 after this. You know, if it loses in basically every category to a gun with so much more potential, then why use the MP18? The reason to use the MP18 possibly because it has different variants. There's only 2 variants of the Hellriegel at this point, so maybe if you want to use something different, use the MP18, and the Automatico still has the rate of fire and hip fire accuracy, so there's still a reason to use that one as well. Now, in terms of some guns that I compare to from Battlefield 3 and 4, I'd say honestly it's a bit like the MP7 from both of those games. The magazine size definitely, but also then the accuracy, especially in terms of Battlefield 4, that gun didn't really have a lot of recoil and you could quite easily land a few shots, although at long range it wasn't particularly accurate. The difference to those two guns is the rate of fire. The other one then from Battlefield 4 is also the MPX. The reason for this one is because it has that all-round feeling. It's a bit like a assault rifle shrunk down to an SMG with a little bit less accuracy. Both of those guns were really good at that sort of thing. The MP7 had a faster rate of fire, making more close quarters, but the MPX being a more overall gun. The way I describe basically all these guns, the MP7, the MPX, and the Hellriegel, is all round really good, diverse, and powerful. The only time you'll really get beaten out in a gunfight is when they can fire faster than you with a shotgun or the Automatico, or when they can hit you at range. Occasionally with this gun you will find that with all SMGs you can't hit somebody at range and take them out quickly. But honestly, if you can use this gun, what it's really best at in sort of short to long range, or short long range to maybe medium range, you can definitely dominate and go on massive kill streaks. If you look at any YouTuber who's done a review of this gun, they'll basically go up and say this is the best SMG in the game, and honestly I completely agree. The Automatico does have a sort of overpowered feeling about the fact that you can basically look at somebody, hold down the mouse button or the trigger on the controller, and you'll get a kill instantly with basically no delay. That does feel a little bit cheap, but the Hellriegel is so much better in terms of its potential and what you can actually do with it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. It's been a while since I did a gun review, so I wanted to do one of these, and the Hellriegel is a gun that I'm extremely enjoying at the moment. So again, hopefully you did enjoy. Don't like, share, subscribe. Like Up Gaming, out.